I have to thank Warner Brothers for respecting the vision of the movie. And the movie is, look, it's so many things. Obviously, it's a propulsive spectacle. It's a horror movie, but it's also a very intricate detective story. And I wanted to do the world's greatest detective story for Batman because it hadn't been done to the degree that I wanted to in a movie, and they let us do it. And so it's a very expansive kind of story. We're swinging for the fences here in terms of trying to give you a vision of Gotham that's new.
Welcome back to Trimming the Movie Fat. In this show, we bring to a conclusion our side series on the Batman movies. Today, we're diving into Matt Reeves' The Batman, a film that stirred up plenty of debate since its release. Is it the definitive Dark Knight story, or just another brooding take? Let's find out.
Police! Hands up! Stay still! Get out of here!
Fear is a tool. But when that light hits the sky, it's not just a call. It's a warning. I've been trying to reach you. Find the gun! This is a powder keg, and Ritter's the match.
I can take care of myself.
If this continues, it won't be long before you've nothing left.
I don't care what happens to me.
It's only gonna get worse for you.
Whoa! Take it easy, sweetheart. Hear everything they say, ain't you?
Maybe we're not so different. Who are you under there?
I'm vengeance. What's black and blue and dead all over? You. Dear God.
I got you! I got you!
There's a film by Gus Van Sant called Last Days, which is kind of a fictionalized account of the last days of Kurt Cobain, and he's got all his stuff spread all over it. And I thought, well, this is the version of Batman and Bruce Wayne that I understand.
I knew where he was coming from in this kind of slightly nihilistic.
You know who I am? You're Bruce Wayne. I want to see Carmine Falcone.
There's something more emotional and doesn't necessarily know that he's going to save the day. He doesn't know if being Batman is going to work or do anything. He knows that there is no other option.
The fact of the running time bothered me much less than I expected. I did go in thinking, okay, blimey, 3 hours. And when it finished, I thought, oh, all right, well, that went much faster than I had thought, not least because the third act, which is always the thing which lets things down, I thought didn't. I thought the third act was actually pretty decent. And it didn't just turn...
It becomes a bit of a disaster movie.
Yes.
Would you say?
Exactly.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, and I love disaster movies. And it does indeed turn into a disaster movie rather than turning into a Marvel movie. Rather than turning into a movie in which a bunch of people with very big superpowers or whatever it is just hit each other.
Yes.
Which is what, the Justice League stuff and all that stuff, which I'm not interested in.
So for those who need a refresher, The Batman takes us into Gotham during Bruce Wayne's second year as the Caped Crusader. A serial killer known as the Riddler is targeting Gotham's elite, and Batman must navigate corruption, moral ambiguity, and his own demons. The movie grossed $772.3 million on a budget of $200 million, so it made nearly 4 times its budget. Ratings-wise, it has an 85% fresh Rotten Tomatoes score, an 87% audience score, and over on IMDb, the audience rating is 7.8 out of 10, and critically, 72 out of 100. And here's a fact related to the movie. Colin Farrell stated that he went to Starbucks on the Warner Bros. Lot to try out his prosthetics and makeup for the Penguin for the first time. Nobody recognised him, but he got a couple of stares from people. Can't imagine why. And in summary, courtesy of Rotten Tomatoes, a grim, gritty, and gripping super noir, The Batman ranks among The Dark Knight's bleakest and most thrillingly ambitious live action outings. So back in 2022, I was actually really looking forward to seeing The Batman at the cinema. Now here in the UK, the movie was rated 15. So my oldest son Luke was just shy of his 15th birthday at the time. So we threw caution to the wind and booked tickets for the opening weekend. Big mistake, they would not let him in. So I had to rebook and go back that night myself, which absolutely killed him. And I went back with Luke a few nights later and he got in. Result. And we both thought the movie was great, still do. It gets better every time I see it. And it's really so annoying that Matt Reeves is taking so long to make the sequel. I want it now. To be fair though, we have had the spin-off TV show, The Penguin, which was absolutely fantastic. And if you've not watched it, do yourself a favour and do so. Anyway, back to The Batman. So yeah, tone and atmosphere for the movie. It's arguably the darkest Gotham we've seen on screen. Rain-soaked streets, oppressive shadows, and a noir detective vibe, which is what Matt Reeves was aiming for. And you've got Robert Pattinson's Batman. And I think Pattinson surprised a few people with his take on Batman, and love it or hate it, he brings a raw, almost broken energy to Bruce Wayne. Less playboy, more emo recluse. His allies in the movie so have Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman, who's a fiercely independent, morally complex anti-hero who blends vulnerability with razor-sharp resilience and undeniable charisma. We've also got Andy Serkis's Alfred, who's a battle-hardened yet deeply loyal confidant, blending paternal warmth with a sharp tactical mind and a lingering sense of guilt over Bruce's vulnerabilities.
You don't care about your family's legacy?
What I'm doing is my family's legacy. If I can't change things here, if I can't have an effect, I don't care what happens to me.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Alfred, stop. You're not my father.
I'm well aware.
Villains-wise, we've got Paul Dano's Riddler, who's chilling. A kind of mix of the Zodiac Killer, you've got Zodiac Killer vibes, and also, I suppose, social commentary as well. Colin Farrell's Penguin is unrecognisable and brilliant. And we also got Barry Keoghan's Joker, although his Arkham Asylum set scene was cut from the movie, but you can check it out online.
I want to know how he thinks.
You know exactly how he thinks. Have you read this file? You two have so much in common. Masked Avengers. So he's even more righteous. Oh, are you afraid he makes you look soft?
You're wasting my time.
So the action and pace in the movie, I mean, some say it's too long at nearly 3 hours, but for me, the tension rarely lets up. I never looked at my watch the entire time. The Batmobile chase, it's just pure adrenaline. And I think the scene at the beginning where the criminals are shown to be afraid of the dark, of what's lurking in the shadows, as Batman might be there, is absolutely tremendous and completely conveys the fear that Batman has instilled in the criminal element within Gotham. The soundtrack, I mean, when it comes to the music of Batman movies, there's a high bar there when you look back at some of the previous scores provided by the likes of Danny Elfman and Hans Zimmer. But Michael Giacchino is well up to the task, providing great themes for the likes of Batman and Catwoman. It's a great listen. The themes of the movie is very much justice versus vengeance. There's systemic corruption in there as well. And also the idea that Batman might be part of the overall problem. So, to summarise it all, does the Batman earn its place among the greats? For me, it's a bold, uncompromising vision that's maybe not for everyone, but it is undeniably memorable. And I would rank it absolutely top tier Batman. Agree or disagree? Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for listening to Trimming the Movie Fat. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a review. Until next time, keep trimming.
Trimming the Movie Fat is a Stephen and Paul Nicholson production. We'd love to hear from you. Contact us by voicemail via the Spotify link in the episode description. You can email us at trimmingthemusicfat@gmail.com. Keep up to date with the show and access exclusive content by joining our Facebook group, subscribing to our YouTube channel, and following us on TikTok. You can also check out our website at trimmingthemusicalfat.com. Thanks for listening.